Hey people, this is Broken Puppet, and this is how to draw an old school female face. Kind of vintagey, sort of like 50 style. Enjoy. Right people, how to draw an old school vintage lady. Now this one's going to be like old school, so kind of like the counterpart to the gentleman one you just saw recently. It's going to be front view as well. Get yourself a circle. Coming off the circle, come down from the edge, curving around, then curving up the other side. So start coming off the edge and curve inwards. Now you don't want to curve down here, slightly inwards, create a nice arch, then make that the same sort of on the other side. Line up the centre, line across. Like so, and just make that circle as even as you can at the top. Roughly like so. Now where the circle cuts across here, do yourself a line. That's where the centre line of the mouth is going to go. Line just below it for the bottom of the mouth, line just above for the top lip. And now the space between, get about that sort of space back here, so the same distance. That's where the nostril is going to be. The nostril is going to sit there. Dip just slightly lower than it, you know, in the centre, but that's where the nostril is going to go on that line. Off top of that, do yourself a sausage shape. Going up just about a little bit above the centre line here. That's like going to be the bridge of the nose. This will be where the eyes will go. Now to start with, I'm going to start with the nose. And now I'm going to go straight in with the marker, I think, for this one. Just leave that one's a bit blunt. This one should do. Get yourself a little dot shape. Bring the line down. Curve up into another little dot shape, just the other side. Little curve either side. Then we're going to do the mouth. Now the mouth, I'm going to start with a little line at the side like so. Coming up above that line. In the centre, a little V shape. Out to that corner. Up again. And the top lip, we're going to bring this up. Quite high. And do a V shape. Matching up with these 2 points here. And connecting back up again. Try it on one line, 9 flicks. And then off that bottom line, just do a nice curve going from side to side, like so. I'm going to show you some pencil because it's a bit more complicated than the eyes. Do a little line just in the centre there. A little line just under the chin as well. But we'll do that afterwards. Now I'm going to come up, so you've got the nose bit here. And if you imagine when this nostril comes up here, imagine curving that up, from this nostril curving that up. Where this touches this line is roughly whereabouts you want to start the edge of your eye. So we're going to start a line, curving up, across, slight little dip, you know, don't go in straight line, slight little dip, and curving out. Off the bottom of this, you want to curve this around here, dip down, curve up into this line, like so. It's above it, just bring a nice curve just around it. It ain't too fancy. Nice circle in the eye. The little one just inside that. We'll add, like, you know, the eyelashes and stuff to make it a bit more detailed, but that will do for now. Now, for some reason when I do the Old School ones, I like to make the eyebrows almost a bit sad looking. Now you can have them like stereotypical, you know, like this kind of angle. I like mine to come down and across. So I'm going to start from roughly, you know, upwards of the point here, just slight angle, just start there. Curve this across, going a bit further out than the eye. Curve back, going wider. So this comes to a point, this comes to a block. See? The exact same on the other side. This is why I do a pencil, because you want to sketch this so you can get this nice and even. It's very easy to make mistakes when you go straight in with the pen when you get something symmetric. Bring that up a touch. It's about roughly about symmetric. Bring that line up there. Go that line down and around. Back up, block it. Like so. And that's the general bit, like, you know, the main bit of the face. I will come in with, like, you know, do some line, and I'll probably use a thinner liner just to get a little bit of detail in here. Now we've got that, we can sort of shape the jaw. Now we're going to come follow this line, and you want a gap here, you know, between the eyebrow and the head, but you don't have to be too close, or you don't have to be too wide. Roughly about that sort of distance. So if you get here and it's not quite there, just curve that in a touch. But curve as you go up. So bring this chin, you know, drawing wide. Don't start triangulating this too much if you want this sort of look. Some women have that sort of triangle chin, you know, for certain sort of styles, but for this particular one, I'm not doing that. So you see about that sort of distance just there. Now from where the top bit of the eye is just here, coming across, that's where the tip of the ear be. So I'm just going to put in two circle shapes, come from about here to about the width of the length of the nose. So that sort of size. That's the position where the ears would be if the hair doesn't cover it. But a lot of the time the hair will cover. I find from the top of the ear, if you just curve your line down, like so, cut through the image, down the bottom, it gives you a good sort of position for the neck. About even on both sides. There you go. Now we've done that, you come to the most important part of the vintage looking lady, which will be the hair. Now if you're not too sure about what kind of hairstyle to do, I often recommend just go on Google, look at old sort of fashioned people's hairstyles, get yourself an idea of it. Now what I'm going to do here for this one, I'm going to bring this up, I'm going to curve around here, come up nice and high, little side parting bit just here, going to create a nice big bubble bit just here. I find the trick with women's hair, I mean you can do the really basic old school, you make like just one big sort of long piece, but I like to break into sections. So this one I'm going to put the bubble just here. I'm going to create a loop, I think, coming over here, overlapping this eyelash, coming back around here. So it's about creating blocks and getting this nice curve, you know. Make sure everything's kind of like an S curve. Like see here, you got this S shape coming here, S shape there. I mean this one hasn't got because that's the side bit. But to get the right kind of flow, you want an S shape. You don't want to go S, S, then curve back. Three curves just does tend to kind of ruin it sometimes. Some people can do it, but it's not easy. I'm going to curve this bit around here, create a nice another bubble just to the top of this. So you see I'm just breaking this into sections. So I'm going to curve around there. So you see this is like another one loop here, and I'll create this into a loop. So this becomes an S, this becomes an S, this becomes an S. Always keep the S shape in mind. Now you have like filler bits, like obviously like, you know, I need a bit of filler here, so I'm going to create this curve around here. That's just going to fill out this part of the hair. I'm going to start slightly building this down so it's got a curl, so I'm going to bring one circular shape. Second one coming off of here. This one will go into like a nice curve here, I think. So that's just going to spiral. So imagine come there, spiral into it. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. I'm going to create a circular bowl bit just here. I think one underneath and one on top. So you see, you're just building it out, you know, and that's what, you know, kind of makes that old-fashioned hairstyles. Now, there's a lot of shape to it. There's a lot of, you know, it's just a fun sort of like, you know, area for hair, really. You know, it's not flat. It's got a lot of character to it. Come down to the neck. Come down a little bit. Bring a V shape to the center. Gonna bring this down. When I get to the bottom, I'm just gonna create a little semicircle pattern. Just curve in until I get to the edge, and then that's gonna just curve off over there. Do the same on this side. Curve, 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 curve. So point there. Go off the arm. Something circle in the middle, and I'm going to do the pearl necklace, I think. Just coming up there. So now we've got that, I'm just going to go down and just put in all the line work. Bring in all those shapes. Now you can give her like, you know, earrings if you want. You know, I'm not going to give her earrings, I don't think. I'm just going to bring in a shape. Go down. Create a little loop at the bottom. Go up. In. And again, flick. Go around the edge. Real simple. Up, in, flick, curve around. Now see where this eye goes under the hair, I'm not going to do that bit under. Just like so, like so. Curve, curve, spiral. Neck, V, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lines out. Just like so. Now done that, it's going to put in the line detail in the hair. So what we're going to do is just find the shape. I'm just going to keep going with it. So you see here. Just going to do this. Just repeat that. Curving this shape around. Now just use the lines to tell the direction of it. Keep bringing those lines, just always thinking of the shape. Once you got the shape, just keep repeating it. Like so. So as you can see, just putting all that thick line, now it's going to grab me thinner pen, which should be around here somewhere. There it is. Nothing too much, just certain little details. You can use the same, you know, like your Sharpie line if you want for everything, but I like to just do little details with thinner liner. You see, nothing crazy, just mainly a little bit, just creates like a little bit extra detail just here and there. Now you got that, grab the rubber with that pencil work. I'm just going to use my markers as I normally do. You can use paints, pencils, whatever you guys want to use. It's the exact same principle. Now with a hair, as you see we probably did before, I'm just going to go side to side and just coming from each side of each block of hair. And I'm going to shade this in like with the grey into the black, side to side motion. Just doing this to fade it out. Fading towards the centre. I just want a little highlight like so. So I'm going to do this in each one of these sections. I generally always have it crossing, so if you imagine where the lines go across here, having a cross in them. The only time I don't is sometimes when you get like here. I'm going to put this one in the centre, and it's going to fade out as it goes across there. Just so this shade doesn't get lost. You see how there's a clear difference in the positioning of all these shadows? That will just help that difference maintain itself. As you shall see now. Very important to remember markers, when you put them on paper, they are wet originally, so they come out darker. As they dry, they go lighter. So you can clearly see the difference between the sections. I'll leave a little highlight on the bottom of this one. Just come across there, across here, across that. Come on with the greys. Take your time with this, I'm being a bit quick. I'll take my time, but I gotta go home and make dinner for my missus and my baby. I generally just do these straight after work, so it's extra work, but I don't mind putting an extra half an hour for you guys. If it helps people, it helps people. If anyone can teach, I think they have an obligation to help people. So the last bit is here. The hair done, and now I'm just going to slowly start building up these shades and areas so you can see where they clearly go. First off, I'm going to put a nice shadow just above this chin. It's going to be a little bit just under this lip. This top is going to be in black. I want a little V shape just under this nose, so you come down like a V, just there, and just a little line just coming above the nostrils. So just almost copy the nostril shape just above it. Just pick up a nice line around the bridge of that nose. The eyes are going to be shadowed from this line coming under, connecting where the eye comes off of the edge just there. I'm going to have some shadow just underneath the eye, and once we've done that, I'll put any eyelashes afterwards. Bit of cheekbone, just flicking from the sides. A little bit of shadow just inside the ear. And you will have shadow under the chin. Now starting in light, and then I come in dark. And just obviously just on the top of this eye as well, on the inside of the top eyelid, just a little shadow. Nothing crazy. Now I'll show you the positioning. I'm going to come in, and I think I'm going to do these ones in colour. I've done the man one in colour, so I'm going to do the female one, I think. So I'm going to come in with this nice brown. This is just a Winsor & Newton brush marker. And I've got a skin tone set, which is pretty cool. Just going to start working in the darker ones from the edge, coming inwards. From the outside. Going into that dark brown, which will blend into black. Now I'm kind of going the opposite way to what I normally do. I normally go dark to light. I'm putting the dark in here, just showing that you can do it either way you want, really. Just grab a bit black, just flick it a little bit, just there, maybe just there. So with Old School, you do get a lot of black. You know, if you don't have the black in the right places, it's not going to look right. But if you're not sure, just build it up little by little. You just want to make sure you've got at least one area that is pure black and one area that is nice and light to contrast. So just put it on there, and I'm just going to come over to the light one again, just blend it all together. Bottom of that eye. On that nose. slightly lighter one above it just so you can see the clear difference between the two. A little bit there, and that will flick into the lighter flesh tone. I'm going to give her blue eyes, I think. I'll leave a little white highlight just on the side there. Just leave a little highlight just on the side. Black for the pupil. Thinking red for the lips. Oh, red for the bottom lip. Top lip, I'm going to do traditional style, which is just black it in. Like so. Colouring this jewel bit in the centre. Nice and red. I'm just going to flick in a few more flesh tones just around that face bit. Remember that lighter flesh tone. Don't worry if your shading is a bit blocky at times. You know, old school shading is very kind of blocky, to be honest. Little shadow there just underneath the hair. Ooh. A little bit more shadow under there. Yes. You did not see that mistake. You saw nothing. Right. Shadow under the chin. Black. Just flick in the colour from the sides. Just give that neck a little bit of roundness. Done that. Just going to grab my thinner liner. As you're just flicking little lines just off the edge here. Even distance apart, roughly about the same length. This is the traditional old school way of doing it. It's not overly realistic, it's just kind of flicked in there. The bridge here. Just going to create a little bit of a bridge. Set out ahead. Just flick that down. Bring it up a touch. Like so. A little bit just off the eyebrow here, just to show the. So you can see we've got the basics sort of shading in there now, so just going to add some little bits. Dress. Yeah, I'm going to make this bit yellow, or go golden. Colour choice is really up to you, but I'm trying to stick to some sort of vintagey sort of like colours now. Look at some more fashion dresses. Just see the colours, all the patterns. I'm just going to go really simple with this one. That's not even under that. So a bit yellow for that bit. No, sometimes you got to add colour in that, but you can if you want. Like I'm just going to put blue for the colour, except for that little strip at the bottom. Brown just around there. Yeah, just make this bit golden. You can get your white highlight if you want. You know, traditional old school doesn't really have too many white highlights, but you've got the choice if you want, like a little bit just in the eye, in the nose. You'll see the pearls, just little rings, or circles rather. A bit on the chin. See, nothing too crazy, but sometimes a little bit just bring it out of touch. But yeah, that's pretty much how to draw an old school female face. I hope you like it. I hope you check out my videos and The Broken Puppet, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.